Morning, Joe Deary, Powerful Improvements, Putnam, Connecticut. It is Wednesday, February 5th. I just had a new faucet plumbed outside of my house because the old one was leaking and I didn't shut it off in the basement and it cracked all of this. This valve was broken. So I had my good buddy Jesse Jewell from Alltech Plumbing come out here and put brand new faucets in for me today. So we got hot and cold water over here because we are going to make an attempt at washing tomorrow. About 19 degrees out here today. We got our first chemical delivery from Roberts Chemical this year. They just delivered for me this morning. Roberts Chemical in Attleboro, Mass. They are fantastic. Customer service is second to none. 15%, some nice hot sauce, 4 fresh barrels here ready for me to go. And we got the rig all set. I have been working a little bit here and there. We got the Flow Pro installed right here in the middle, lined up with my wheel so it aesthetically is pleasing to me. And our plumbing works out perfectly over to the 8-gallon. We got this filter all apart. This check valve on the other side is disconnected. This machine is still completely winterized. I'm hoping not to have to de-winterize it. We got the Flow Pro mounted to the panel right there, very nicely. Battery box all clean right there. And then Midwest sent me this downstreaming proportioner. These are proportioning valves, not just selector on and off valves. And we're gonna do SH, water, and soap so that I can properly rinse. You know, on the occasion I want a little soap, we can add it. We can cut our SH, or let's probably leave the SH on and add a little water, that kind of thing, to thin it down on occasion if I want to. That's going to work out pretty slick, and that's going to plumb right here to this barb. So it'll be coming off of this barb, short little hose right to here. So that's going to be pretty slick. I'm real happy with that. The MoFlow is all plumbed, ready to go. I have not installed my fuel tanks yet. That's one of the next projects I got to take on. Big tank is going to go over there where the red tank is, and then we're going to run our lines. We're going to put a 3-way valve in here so that we can choose to run from the big tank or choose to run from the small tank. And then we're putting a pulse pump in here. So that's a little bit of a project that I haven't gotten to yet. It's just been too cold for me to work outside, even with heating the barn. It's not my favorite thing to do. So this is looking sweet. We're ready to wash tomorrow. I met a new guy who's a property investor, and he gave me 10 properties. The guy owns 40 buildings. He's given me 10 so far. We're gonna see how many we can do tomorrow if it's above freezing. So this, again, is all currently winterized. We're gonna run, fluid through it tomorrow. Hopefully everything works out. We got hot water in the house, plumbed outside, so we'll fill our tanks with hot water and make the attempt. We got Big Mike Radzik in the Iron Underground today from Pro Window Cleaning. Mike is the man. This guy is the one who's helped me a couple different times on the Putnam Town Hall glass cleaning. And he wanted to come down and check out the underground, throwing 2 1/4 around like it's nothing. Here we go, Mike. Come on now. This is 10. You got 2 more? You got 2 more in there? Oh, yes, he does. I don't care who you are, my friends. Benching 225 for 12 is no joke. No joke at all. Been running the Ready heater for about 20 minutes. This was 20 degrees out here. It is now 60 degrees out here. And we are doing our first chemical transfer of the year. I had to swap in a new 5.3 Remco pump, 5.3 gallon Remco. We were running the 7-gallon pump all of last year, but this thing didn't want to fire up this morning. I'm thinking it's just frozen, might have had some water in there. We're gonna let it warm up, see if it wants to come back to life. But in the meantime, I swapped in a 5.3, which is brand new in the box. I run these banjo fittings. Every time I want to swap out a pump, just thread it off, thread it onto the new pump, and we're ready to go. This pigtail here stays up on the tank. I just coil it in here. I might do something a little different later in the season, but you just undo the banjo, flick that back in there, you're good to go. These Remcos run on a pigtail on a switch that I click right to a solenoid on my reel. Grab power there, ground on the frame of the reel, and I'm good to go. That way I don't have to go into the battery and connect there. Live power, ground, switch, and we're running. Quick and easy. And then I just pull this drop stick out, drop it in the bucket of water to flush things out, and we're good to go. This has been working really well. This thing's been running for about 12 or 15 minutes, and we've got 40, maybe 45 gallons worth of shock on the tank already. So we are talking to Roberts Chemical about potentially getting a 275 tote. The driver was here this morning. If I get a tote, I can place it right here, and then they will come and fill the tote. They have a tank on the truck with a 100-foot reel, and they bring it in with like a cap that fits on top of the 275, and they just fill the tank for you. And I think if they're doing that, I got to talk to them some more, that they charge me for the amount that they put in, so I can just get them on a weekly delivery, and some weeks it'll be 200 gallons, some weeks it'll be 250, and they just charge me accordingly, and it will save me the time of humping these barrels in and out. We do have this nice hand truck which moves the barrels very easily, but it's manual. You got to cut them off the pallet, wrestle them off the pallet, get them on the hand truck, run them up the ramp, bring them in here. They're, taking up space. The 275 tote will take up space, but it'll be a little more permanent in this area, and that would effectively save me, I don't know, maybe a half an hour to 45 minutes worth of work per week all season long. We go through about 50 gallons of shock a day, so I'm doing this at least once a week, if not twice a week, where we're transferring these things around. See, we're sucking wind here now a little bit, so I like to get that into the corner, and then we give this a little bit of a tilt to get the last of the sauce out of the bucket, about like that. Oh yeah. All right, that's about as empty as it needs to get. We're at the point in our life where we don't worry about a half a gallon here and there, and then we're just going to drink a little bit of that, not too much, just to get this purged, get this pump purged out a little bit. And that's it. That's my chem transfer. We'll wash in tomorrow. Catch you guys out there. It might be snowing. We'll see. Have a good night.